What are your memories of working on Broadchurch? How did that come about?
It was amazing. Well, Chris just asked me when we were filming an episode of Doctor Who, and he came to my trailer and went, "I've written you a part of my new TV series. Do you want to do it?" I just went, "Yeah," because I think he's brilliant.
Yeah.
So that was nice, and I mean, it was just such a phenomenon, wasn't it? We knew we were making something really special, but it just felt very small, and we just took it really seriously. It was obviously kind of big subject matter, and very upsetting. But I think because of that, we had a real laugh doing it to kind of combat the sadness in the show. Everyone made sure that we were all having a lovely time doing it. And Chris said really early on, he was like, "I just want really nice people to be in this." He's like, we're being really active about only having actors who we really like as people, which I think is really interesting. Most actors are really lovely, but they definitely hit the nail on the head with that. It was and it was really nice to be part of a big ensemble with just great actors. What was interesting about the first season especially, James, the director, we were encouraged to not rehearse. And the first time we said lines to each other was on camera.
Wow.
Which was terrifying at the time. Because especially coming from so much theatre of like, well, you have to rehearse everything, you have to know what you're doing, and this is part of my controlling everything in my work at that point. And it was kind of a big shift for me doing Broadchurch, because it was like, oh no, we can do all the work beforehand, and then you've just got to come in and be present and listen. And it was really liberating and taught me a lot about acting and working with people. And it was really exciting because you didn't know what the other person was going to do. And they couldn't do it on all scenes, but in a lot of two-handers. And I really like working like that now. Especially on film, I'll resist rehearsals and just be like, no, let's just see what comes out and see what happens. And I think like a real magic can happen in the unexpected. And when you're hearing someone say something for the first time, like I think it's quite good not to really know what the other person's going to say. So like learning your own. They used to do this in Shakespeare and just have their lines written down. And I think there's something really interesting about that in some ways, of not knowing what the other person's going to say to you, or forgetting what the other person's going to say to you, so you can just respond in the moment. And that was very much happening in that early stuff on Broadchurch, and it made it really spicy and really, really cool. And obviously, everyone who's on that show is so top of their game. That it was just a joy. It was really great.